Good evening, Internet. It is I, Eric Arnold, here in the Sports Barn. Here in the Sports Barn, it is, what, May 30th? May 30th, Saturday night. Saturday night. Normally I might be out at a bar somewhere watching a sporting event, but not lately. Oh no, not lately. So here I am in the Sports Barn as we continue our tour of the MLB. We're on to the Pirates. That's the topic of this evening, the Pittsburgh Pirates. What are we? We're almost halfway through this thing now. This is team 14 maybe? I think so. It occurred to me as I'm throwing, these videos out there, and I'm going to get through, I have a feeling what's going to happen is MLB's going to announce when I'm about at team 25 that the season's canceled. And I'm going to do team 26 through 30 just to do it because, I need to have a complete set, even though there's going to be no goddamn season. So I'll do the remaining teams just to do them. But anyway, I had the thought that if they do play the season, I thought these videos might generate a few more views throughout the season as, some poor person somewhere is like ready to bet his house on, I don't know, or maybe bet against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And he's thinking, well, I don't know, I wonder what this guy thinks. Maybe he thinks like I think, and I'm making a smart move to bet my house against the Pirates. So I thought I might generate a couple more views as, these videos sit on the internet forever. So, these preview videos could be timely throughout the season, possibly. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Pirates, but I got my cigar, as we're here in the barn, my weight loss methodology, I guess, if you will. I got to smoke more because I played some wiffle ball tonight, and I suck. I'm so far out of shape, I couldn't even. 2 innings, I was exhausted. I got struck out twice by a 10-year-old. What? The cat's sitting over there. The cat says the grandkid's 12, not 10. Whatever. I mean, there's no point in making excuses. I just couldn't hit it. I would foul the ball off or I would just miss it altogether. It's like, it's right there. I can do it. I can hit it. Swish. I guess we got to talk about these riots. It's not every day that people are burning cities down, so I guess we should mention it at least. What the hell else we got to talk about? Sports? No sports. No sports for at least 6 weeks. So, oh man, I'm not angry. Not bitter, not much. Anyway, so let's talk about the riots. So we'll go there. Why not? What do we think about these riots? So if you missed it, apparently what's precipitated this most recent batch of violence is some fellow by the name of George Floyd. Apparently, he, I guess, paid for something with a fake $20 bill. So the police are called out to deal with this dangerous criminal. And they arrest him. And I guess, for whatever reason, they put him on the ground. And the cop, I guess, I don't know why, but I guess I'm sure I'll find out in court, put his knee on the guy's neck, I guess, to control the guy. I don't know, he was handcuffed. They got all this on video. The guy's handcuffed. I don't know. Where's he going? Well, there's like 4 guys there. So he has a knee on him, and that went on for, 6, 7, 8 minutes? Well, after about 5, 6 minutes of this, the guy, after saying, I can't breathe a couple different times, the guy just stopped saying anything. And then I guess it's when they're all done, they pick him up, he's dead. Or he's dead at some point. So, it's like, well, that shouldn't have happened seemingly. Why did this guy just die? What are we going to do now? So, I think to the city of Minnesota, or Minneapolis is where all this happened, Minneapolis. Seems a lot of stuff happens in Minneapolis. At any rate, it seems like the police department fired these 4 dudes right away, the cops. Good. Then it took forever for them to charge anybody. Took what? A few days? But they finally did charge this guy with some kind of crime. I think manslaughter. Not sure. You know, everybody's up in arms wanting justice for George Floyd. George Floyd. Derek Chauvin, I believe, is the cop who had the knee on the neck. Look, I've been as outspoken as I could be. Now, you don't know this, of course, because, you know, these videos have just started making them in January of this year. But I'm not pro-cop. I'm not an anarchist, but I don't want to live in a country where if I do not instantly obey a policeman's orders, it gives him license to shoot me or otherwise kill me. I don't agree with that. I don't like it. I don't think it's necessarily a color thing. That's one of the frustrations I have with the Black Lives Matters people. It's like, look, I get it. You guys think this happens to you all more often than other people. Maybe you're right, but you know, you lessen your message when you just make it all about color. You know, my point is, police will do this to you, and it doesn't matter what color you are. If you don't instantly obey these guys, there are a lot of bad cops out there that are just going to fuck you up just because they can. And then they almost always get away with it. Cops are almost never charged with crimes when they're discharging their duties, when they're on duty. If they are charged with a crime, they're almost never convicted. And it's been a great frustration of a lot of people. And it's getting more notoriety now. You know, I don't know, we need to burn shit down to get that kind of attention to these issues. And this guy has been charged. You know, or George, you're dead. Derek has been charged with a crime. So, you know, what else do you want? The guy has been charged. We'll see what happens. I mean, you know, here's a history of some of this. Eric Arnold, you remember him? He was in New York City accused of the dangerous crime of selling untaxed cigarettes. So basically just cheating on his taxes, if you will. Well, this guy, among other NYC policemen, choke him, and he dies. You know, now I guess it was all, did he choke him, did he not choke him? All I know is this guy was in perfect health. He ends up on the ground with policemen on top of him, and next thing you know, he's dead. So what happened to him? Nothing happened to him. This happened in like 2014. The case was reviewed by, I don't know how many different people. The NYC Police Department, a grand jury, the Obama Justice Department, the Trump Justice Department, everybody declined to charge this guy. So there you have it. You know, what can you do? Yeah, I throw up my hands, and again, I'm kind of like, I don't know what exactly we're charging this guy with. All I know is I would like you guys to be able to arrest a guy selling untaxed cigarettes without killing him. Could you do that? Could you do that? Could you execute that? Please? Here's a guy. He's just in his car, gets pulled over. They're looking for somebody who looks like him. It wasn't him they were looking for. This guy comes up to the window, just a traffic stop in the Minneapolis suburbs, just a traffic stop. Oh, by the way, as if it matters. It doesn't really, but, you know, again, you know what, I'm not even going to mention it because it doesn't matter. This guy gets pulled over, traffic stop. They're looking for somebody who looks like him. He and his partner pull him over. His partner's standing there just going doo-doo-doo, normal traffic stop. This guy's a panicky idiot, and he mentions, I have a gun, I have a permit for it too. And this guy freaks out. So the guy, does something just out of order, sticks his hands in his pocket when maybe he shouldn't have, or panicked or did something. He freaks out and shoots him 7 times. I think he hits him 5. Nice shooting, asshole. So he's dead. This is all on video if you want to see it. He's dead. Took him forever and a day to charge this guy. Like months. They finally charge him. And then he skates. Acquitted. No crime. They had to actually pay him off to get him off the force. This happened just locally here, up in Hummelstown, Pennsylvania. This guy, he's just a drifter. He's just, upper 50s drug addict drifter. Guy that's, whatever you would call him, a marginal guy. Cop pulls him over, and he panics. So he takes off in his car. She chases him. He gets out of the car, he runs. She's chasing him. It's wintertime. She chases him, screaming at him the whole time. She tases him at least once or twice. This is all caught on camera because apparently the taser had a camera. She's screaming at him to show his hands while he's like being tased. So he's laying face down on the ground, being tased. She's screaming, show your hands. So I guess, he didn't show his hands fast enough. Bam, 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 shoots him in the back. He's dead. We're upset. We're like, why did that guy have to get shot? So the public pressure on the prosecutor such, they had to bring charges. Not guilty. She skates again. Not guilty. Acquitted. They had to pay her off to get her off the force. Now, it hasn't been all strikeouts. Perhaps, let's see, 2014, 2016, I'm going to say 2016, 2017, maybe around with the, I'm going to say this one was 2015 too, this Merkel case. These were a little more recent. This happened in the Minneapolis area too. Justine DeMond, she calls for police assistance. The police arrive. She runs out to the police car. This guy doesn't, I don't know what he thinks. He thinks somebody's running at him, I guess attacking him or something. Blasts her through the door, I think. I mean, he's in the car and he shoots her. He's still in the car, I think. I could be wrong about that, but you'll have to look that one up for yourself. But this one was so bad, they actually charged this guy and he actually was convicted. I think he got like 11 years. So, not all bad. Here's one that happened just recently. This was down in Dallas. She's a cop. She's done her shift. She's off duty. She's coming back to her apartment. She goes into the wrong damn apartment. Somehow she gets into this guy's apartment thinking it's her apartment and thinking that this guy is an intruder in her apartment, shoots him. And then, of course, using all the standard afraid for my life, intruder, blah, blah, blah. The jury didn't buy it. They didn't buy it, and she got convicted. 10 years. So, it's a mixed bag. My view is things are getting better, believe it or not. That seems like something odd for me to say. But I do think that the issue is getting more notoriety now. That people are getting fed up with these cops that just are never held to account. It's so damn frustrating that when a bad cop does something bad, everybody, all the good cops, then circle the wagons around the bad cop. It's like, don't you want that asshole out? We want him out. I don't want to get shot during a traffic stop because I didn't hear what the cop told me to do. You tell I don't hear that well anyway. So I don't want that to happen. So, you know, right now what you got are a bunch of professional terrorists out there just burning shit down. That's what they do. I mean, so I don't know, they're gonna bring more notoriety to this issue or not. They'll probably just divide everybody, and people that might be willing to listen on this police brutality issue are probably just going to get driven into another camp and like, fuck those guys. You know, we're not going to listen to that. Go police. So, at any rate, I'm locked in the barn. I mean, sorry, George, but your issue really isn't that exciting to me when, for the first time in history, my governor has told me I can't go outside. You know, that's another thing I was thinking about with these martial law is, you know, I think locally around here, the local Republican Party got in trouble. Well, I don't want to say got in trouble. Got called out because they were using the word Nazi to associate with Tom Wolfe. In fairness to Tom Wolfe, he has not wholesale slaughtered any ethnic groups to my knowledge. You know, he hasn't yet. All right, he probably won't. So is it fair to call him a Nazi? I'll say this though: all these orders that are being given, saying you can't open your bar, you can't open your barber shop, you can't open your hair salon, you're not essential. If you do open your restaurant, we're going to put you out of business. We're going to take your license. If you open up under a new name, we're going to close that one down. All these orders have the steel of force behind it. Force. In other words, you can deny defy their orders all you want, but eventually they're going to slap the cuffs on you. And if you resist, they're going to shoot you. And that is a guarantee. So, yeah, you know, everybody, you know, what barbers are going to like organize and go, we're going to charge the goddamn fort. We're going to storm the ramparts for our right to serve beer and cut hair. You know, we're not going to do that. We just sit there and take it. That's why no one gets shot. But that is the ultimate behind these orders. So, yeah, I mean, Nazi? No. Maybe, you know, let's not go too far because the Nazis were over the top. But it's definitely a totalitarian system we're in at the moment, and we're all just sitting here taking it. So, yeah, my wife said, what's wrong? I told her before, my default setting right now is pissed off. I'm not happy. I'm stuck here with this ridiculous lockdown. So I'm sorry, George. I got my own problems, dude. You know, I'm sorry that happened to you. It shouldn't have happened to you. This guy should go to jail. But considering what happened to this guy, it's going to be the same goddamn defense. Well, did he really die because he had his knee on his neck? I mean, the knee on the neck, is that really something that could kill, that a cop should reasonably know that could kill him? You know, this guy has a good chance of skating. I'll predict that right now. So, you know, go ahead, mark your calendars for new riots when this fucking guy skates. And he should. I guess I won't be on that jury if I somehow move to Minnesota between now and then. An unlikely destination for me to move, I imagine. All right, well, let's talk about the Pirates. So, you know what? I don't have anything to say about the stinking Pirates. The Pirates suck. They suck. This is a young team with probably not a lot of talent. If they, you know, surprise me and smash through the gates and win a lot of games, well, then their young players were more talented than I thought they were. But I don't think they're very talented. I'm going to mark them down. This is a cheap team. They don't spend a lot of money. They don't catch the ball. I hate that. Poor fielding. Poor pitching. Poor pitching, poor fielding. I think that leads to disaster. This was one of the worst teams. Only the Marlins were worse after the All-Star break last year than the Pirates. So, I don't think this is a team that's on the move. The young players are gelling, that the young players are improving. I think this is a team you can safely throw away, just toss. Bad team. So that's all I gotta say. So that was the best, 90% rant about police brutality and a 10% about the Pirates. So, hey, that's just how I feel. Feel free to disagree. Like I said, with the police, I would be, and I hate paying the government anything in taxes, but I'll tell you what, I'd pay the police extra if you guys would just take my rights into consideration just a little bit. It's like, you know what, I get it, you're afraid for your lives, dangerous job, you're afraid you're going to get shot, you're not going to go home that night. I'll pay you a little more to do the job, you know? If it's that dangerous, I'll pay you a little more. I'll pay you here. I don't have anything in my pocket at the moment because it's fucking lockdown, but if I get some more money, I'll pay some more in taxes just so you guys will be a little more careful when you're arresting the next guy. Make sure he doesn't have a gun before you drop him, or he doesn't follow your orders to a T and you just go, well, fuck this guy, and you just drop him. Would your behavior change at all if we paid you a little more? Would that help? I don't know. That's about all I can think of. Anyway, so there you have my rant. Probably get speeding tickets from now until doomsday. Or not. 6 people watch these videos, so I'm probably safe. Alright, thanks. We'll talk about the Cardinals next.